You keep texting. You keep checking your phone. You keep hoping. They didn't answer again. But you justify it. They're probably just busy. Let's be real. You're not just chasing someone. You're chasing your own destruction. And the worst part? You think it's noble. You think it means you care more. But the truth is harsher. You're outsourcing your self-worth to someone who's probably not even thinking about you. This video is not a love story. It's a wake-up call. Because the moment you stop chasing, everything changes. But it's not what you think. Here's a toxic belief we never question. If I try harder, they'll love me. Sounds noble, right? Romantic. Even heroic. But it's also a lie. You've been conditioned to believe that effort equals value. That the more you sacrifice, the more you'll be loved. That relationships are earned like promotions. That if you're good enough, they'll finally see your worth. But here's the psychological truth. People don't value what's desperate. They value what's scarce. And right now, you're emotionally on clearance sale. Imagine walking into a store where everything screams 90% off. Please just take it. You don't think, wow, this must be amazing. You think, what's wrong with this stuff? That's how people see you when you overgive, overtry, overstay. You're not seen as lovable. You're seen as low value. Harsh? Yes. But real. And here's where it gets even darker. The more they ignore you, the harder you try. It becomes a loop. Rejection becomes your dopamine hit. You start confusing anxiety with attraction. This is not love. This is addiction. Psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. Sometimes they respond. Sometimes they don't. That unpredictability lights up your brain like a slot machine. You're not falling in love, you're being gamed. And like any addiction, the longer you play, the more you lose. Here's the twist. Walking away isn't about punishing them. It's about rescuing you. Because maybe, just maybe, the person you're trying so hard to impress doesn't even deserve front row seats to your life. And the question is, do you? Let's flip the script. Think of the last time someone chased you. Not in a creepy way, but with genuine interest, consistent texts, full attention. Be honest. Did you feel more attracted or less? Exactly. Now let's be brutally honest. When you're the one chasing, you become smaller in your own story. You shrink your needs. You bend your boundaries. You silence your gut. You start saying things like, it's fine. I don't need much. They're just not great at texting. I know they care deep down. No. You're not patient. You're afraid. Afraid that if you stop performing, they'll disappear. But maybe they're only sticking around because you're performing. That's not love. That's theater. And the audience left a long time ago. Psychologists call this fawning. When people-pleasing becomes a survival response, it's not kindness, it's fear disguised as love. You give and give and give, until you become unrecognizable. Your confidence dissolves, your standards collapse, and your self-worth becomes a hostage in someone else's hand. Here's a cruel irony. The more you abandon yourself to earn someone's affection, the more they subconsciously learn to abandon you. Because you've shown them, with every unanswered text, every rescheduled plan, every time you say it's okay when it's not, that they can treat you like an afterthought, and you'll still show up like it's front row at your own heartbreak. You're not just chasing someone, you're running from the version of yourself who knew better. Maybe it's time to stop running. Maybe it's time to come home. So you stopped. You didn't text them back. You didn't check their story. You didn't send that just thinking of you message at 1 a.m. You sat in the silence. You felt the withdrawal. You faced the void. And guess what? The world didn't end. In fact, something strange happened. Your peace came back. No, they didn't suddenly realize your worth. They didn't write a love letter in the rain. This isn't a Netflix drama. But something more important did happen. You came back. Your appetite, your focus, your laughter, your sleep, your spine, all those things you traded for scraps of attention, they started returning one by one, like stray dogs finally finding their way home. You thought letting go would break you. But chasing was the thing breaking you all along. Here's a truth no one tells you. Peace is not passive. It's a decision, a rebellion against chaos, a refusal to keep auditioning for love you should have already had. And here's another one. Some people need you to keep chasing. Not because they love you, but because it feeds their ego. The moment you stop running, they lose control. Let them. Because the real glow-up, it's not about revenge bodies or cryptic Instagram captions. It's about emotional detachment. It's the quiet realization that you no longer need to convince anyone to choose you. You've already chosen yourself. That's when the healing starts. That's when they notice. And ironically, that's when they text back. But by then, you're already gone. You thought holding on would save it. Turns out, letting go saved you. So now the question is, will you keep chasing a story that's destroying you? Or will you start writing one that finally saves you? If this hits somewhere deep, share it with someone who's chasing what they should have already released. And if you want more uncomfortable truths wrapped in emotional gut punches, you know what to do. Hit subscribe.